Hey, good morning. So today's Carla's comments will be a little different than what you're used to because a lot has happened over the last few days, especially politically speaking, which is why I titled it Politically Speaking. Um, the definition of politics, the activities associated with the governance of a country or other area, especially the debate or conflict among individuals or parties having or hoping to achieve power. Um, I personally hate politics. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like school politics. I don't like church politics. I don't like country politics, any kind of politics. The definition alone breeds negativity. Okay, so I know that at the last election, um, I was angry. Um, I felt like I was developing hatred towards a candidate. I There were a lot of things going on, and I said in this election I refuse to allow that to happen to me again. So if you notice, I don't post as many political things as I used to. Also, because if I don't strongly believe in a candidate or feel like that's the route I want to go, then I'm not going to fake it on my Facebook. But let me say something. I'm going to tell you a little something about me, and then I'm going to tell you my take on this whole thing. When I vote, yes, I am a registered Democrat. Um, but when I vote, being a registered Democrat doesn't necessarily govern my vote. If I feel who they put up or who my party puts up as the Democratic leader does not align with what I need and what I want and what concerns me and my family and the country as I see it, then they're not going to get my vote. No, I'm not going to just vote for somebody because they're black. And I say that because that's what I was accused of doing when um, people didn't agree with the fact that I voted for President Obama. No, I'm not going to vote for someone just because they're a woman, which is, again, what people are believing now that Kamala is our candidate. So, no, I'm not going to vote for her because she's black. I'm not going to vote for her because she's a woman. Um, but I will tell you this, I do vote from the perspective of a black woman in America. Now, I'm saying that because if we're being fair, and no, this isn't a racial thing to me, but if we're being fair, no matter who you are, if you are a white man in America, you're voting from the perspective of a white man in America. I don't understand that. I've never been a man and I've never been white. I don't choose to be either one. I'm happy with who God chose to make me. So I realize that in that perspective, what a white man from America might see as what our country needs may not be what a black woman from America sees as far as what our country needs. I feel like as a black woman, I'm more sensitive to maybe a candidate that has made negative comments about people of color. As a woman, I may be more sensitive about comments made or things done to women. Why? Because that's who I am. Now, if I were even a black man or a white man or a white woman, my perspective would be so different. Therefore, my voting would more than likely be different. America is not the same America to everybody. We are all coming from our own background, from our own dealings, from the things that affect us the most, and that's where our vote should come from. I should be able to align myself with a candidate that I feel has my best interest in at heart, as well as the country from my viewpoint. I don't know if this is making sense, but everybody's going to vote from where and who they are. And that's what I'm doing. And that's what you should do. I may not agree with who you vote for. I may not agree in your stand. There may be times when I'm like, how in the world can a sane person vote this way or that way? And I'm not just talking about the presidential election. But I finally came to the conclusion that I will never fully understand how you vote if one or two things. One, I don't understand your perspective of where you're coming from. And two, I don't take the time to listen to you. This is a time for us to be able to have discussion. This is a time for us to be able to see another person's point of view. We may still leave that conversation on polar opposite sides of the fence, but at least we've listened to each other. Part of the problem with the main problem with politics is we're so busy attacking each other that we don't listen to each other. And again, your opinion is your opinion, but at least I want to have respect enough to listen to it as opposed to putting you in a category that I choose to put you in. Um, I guess that's pretty much what I wanted to say today. Here, guys, if part of the problem with our country is we don't listen to each other. Every presidential election, there's going to be a winner, there's going to be a loser. That's just how it is. But losing friendships, arguing with people over something that does or doesn't directly affect you really is insane to me. Again, I may not understand. In my mind, I may not understand why in the world you would back such and such a candidate. But then it dawned on me that in your mind, you may look at me the same way, like, oh, she's an intelligent woman. I can't believe she's doing this. It's your perspective. I have to respect that you're voting from what you deem important for you, your family, and this country. And I have to ask you to respect that I'm going to do the same. Does that mean that you and I can't talk to each other? We can't sit together and have dinner? We can't joke around with each other anymore? No, it doesn't. Does it mean that we have to agree in order to be friends? No, it doesn't. But all I'm asking you is respect each other. There's no reason for name calling. There's no reason for any of that. This is why I hate politics, because it does not bring us together. It does not help us to grow. It becomes an attack. I hate these political campaigns. Tell me more about what you can do as opposed to attacking what your opponent has done. Because half of the things they're telling us are lies, and the rest of it just isn't true. All right, those are Carla's comments. Be good to each other. It's all right. We don't have to always agree, but we should respect each other's opinion.